Good evening on this November 7th. It's 10:47 p.m. and I'm going to enter my journal entry for the night. A historic day for Biden-Harris 2020. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking forward to everything that's coming in the next, hopefully, 8 years. We'll just start with the first 4. But anyway, instead of my normal entries about intrigue and exercising out demons so I don't, break my celibacy vow. Anything that comes up and me trying to put it in word form and centralize it so my body will let go of the urge. I'm going to do something different tonight. In an earlier podcast, I read a chapter from my book, The War of Sol-Nuul, and I think I'm going to do that again tonight. But this particular one, I'm going to read a poem. And this one is called Endless Days, the All-Woman War. And this is from chapter 4. Sore is lunged, almost watered, returning and returning again. Retreat my backward breast. The tongue wags and feasts a little bit further. She marches toward us, drawn toward a numerous death. Dead lives number, the alive, unstained and clean. In a river, flowing embedded, commanded the nostrils of the fire father. Chunks of ribs beat and believe, bunched up under parted flesh. Sick. Ordered my long-lasting warriors, that now is why I will never be. Ordered to never ever again receive the holes your swords will leave. There is more inside of thee. Thou hasn't the color, the pores realigned. We all tire. This tired delete. Your old mothers raised you. They gave you milk and brother. They hold your hands in the rain, where the fleas make nests in your heads. A new home awaits corpses, sisters of the north. A morning that is of morning, a darker evening we see. Let not your feet fall down. Let not the pain draw you. The bladder pisses a green, thick and odorous, a black conscience. It is why you have feet, why the legs intervene, where the vines thrive, muscles conquer, just burning alive. Let not your sisters intrigue, or cause sweet kisses, just fleeting. We breathe without so much as a peace to keep. Tremble with the Lord. The lily is pretty. It cries, the horses whore. Pride pulls the thundering horn. Joust and weave, push, beast, be of waywardness, way down the shadows. Are you of women? Have we not accompanied? Why tremble, my fighting niece? Flow forwardly. The marching youth are kind. They smile. To die every once in a while is too much weight. As the wind decks, proposing marriage and wine, the outer invites the inside, grazing vultures to grape. To knock cores the woman mind, to think where the lightning flashes, the thunder roars, the mind scatters. The flowing hair shields. We don't feel this unreal, this doubt I cannot cure. Do I really want to kill? The hunt drums, boiling through the limbs. The knocking persists, begging to enter. Again. Sick. Small faces dim through the night, their blinking disturbed, a burnt purring, a smoked nature, bidding nods of slumber, stabbing down the eyes. I used to know God. What of worms and dirt? Slow lit, prissy fire, melancholy folds to softer, in arresting exposure, both eyes open, died the soldier. They stand without mind, thinking in holes. Their breath against the starry skies, their eyes gorged of sunlight. Her weight clings to the soul. Her feet pound the floor. Her sight and mind. Her might want to die. And black, conscious, so still. Glaciers of tears, flooded, I trust. The anger inside watches, causing the forearm with. Which unbound, wrists that bind. Women, the ideal of water. The outside thought, skipping across. The sun above the neck, the sky around, the wind in the world, the question of women in love, The weaponry of words, swords that know dirt, an ignorant clean of pears, words do hurt. We shall rest here. Lay down your voices for the night. Something strong of black became air, a black conscience. And through the night, as through water, as through the rock's tongue, the journey decides, resting parched, resting naked. Aren't some laid to rest, as they lay in silence beneath the mother? And division, duality, somewhat rhythmic, beats the drumming whoremonger. Have we not heard the tumble drum, punching? Look how we fight, almost sinister, boasted, breaking sight, sick. A leader's mind is naked, raped to the coarse grain, punctured, floored. Be that leader, to the gallop, take us nowhere, here now, much deeper. Ears knock on each other's doors, blinding kind eyes. The sun knows no other, the fetid core of breath, insight. The great incisors, gutting public pain, the one that cannot live unless the soldier dies. I am never calm. I only know the sword. Seems the hardest thing to know. A warrior has no soul. I am that leader in the end. I see that either eye cannot see either side. From the dirt digging with a double sharp edge, tree branches fixing, holding taut, wrought with dead. Neither seen, people free. Flaws consumed, something has died. As the black is known, a consciously. How can I live punishing you? Where do I go? How do I suggest suffering you without dying my own death? Cracked like the ground, always been, hitting the dead down, embedded sound, likes of old times, dreams and memories, like this one time between husband and irony, fiddling thumbs, a long time ago. A memory between Ithagale and her husband Broses before the war began. I did not earn such limitedness. You opt me tender without muscle. Did I only survive words with you? Do you not speak? Repetition, like a serpent or a snake. Any way you go, am I any way to you? Am I any way but wife and mother to our children? I gave us such definition in life. That is why we toast in wine. Ithagale. I do not approve of any such war, when women and only women are the fighting force. I have nothing against battle, as you already know. But, my lady, do you not see? This opportunity is nothing more than extinction, some sort of embarrassment to erase our livelihood. You will not fight. You will challenge yourself to accept that this is blasphemy, as it is, wife, and no more. As it is. As it is. We have not lived to say such things, nor even developed enough ground to pound that belief. You will let the Spirit Lord send out such a decree? It destroys my very strength, the believing strength. I used to birth our children. I am so sick of their doggish treatment of our women officials. We have no victory with them. We are caught of winds. We weave within the blowing of everyday chest, night. You deny me suffrage of my own kind. You suggest pussy willows and sweet bread. Ithagale leapt over her stung heart of words and pulled her husband close. Remember when you went off to war and I almost went with you. Remember when your fellow fist unmasked me before I could mount the horse to ride off with you. How could you mistake our livelihood? Deep down beneath this wretched sin I cast with is a leader, a commander of army. This is why I will never cry again. If you do not grant me your forgiveness and strength, I will steal it in the night. I will go off to war despite your wishes, despite our life and love. Despite. You are my wife. Do you not adhere to my orders? Do you not surrender to my opposing? Have you any compassion? You will not defy me. You will obey. If I have to lock you in hell, I will. If I have to kill you myself, you will not partake in this war. He pulls her closer, and in a small whisper he says, let go. I love you. And the memory fades. And now we're back to the point. He did not know. He never. Why? There are things in this life. I know time, clear and oh so clear, bunched amongst one another. Sleeping they do. Sick. My tears sweeping long into the night. Tears laughing and fighting. No longer mine. Close my eyes. Rest. Fold my arms against me. Find peace for an hour. Find the dark lids falling in sight. Force sayest to come wonder. At once more, sayest the comer. Force sayest of it once more. To come for more, sayest they. Gold hands that give. Are these the men? Wild actions and stored wisdom that are searched, ravishing for. They know not why they cometh. They know not of things. To know not of these things we force with. Of what things do we not know? A leader is of strong will. What of a woman leader? Is she of a strong will? Or doth she piss and squat, clear dead shadows, devils and cool thoughts? Me? Slain bodies dressed and ready for tea? A leader is a leader, whether man or child. Whether man or man, a leader is at lead. Black conscience is so clear. What of a woman leader? Elder shadows tell me. Nodding wounds, does it confuse you? Sick. This is our right, our birthing strides, our fantastic hour. What of our perfections, Lord? There is fear within. Shall it decide our end? What of our strength? Shall it fall? Shall it stand for even a hint? Carnival wars, chomping our swallows, carnivorous tongues wagging down the sparrows like a low breeze in the grasses, or maybe ants on the hill. The moment arrives when blood turns to mustard, draping low and slung, messages of the dead, flies mounting on top of villages, on top of more flies, the need for the nose to breathe through such a thick fickle. Because we bleed in sickness and feverish hell. Fingers of hand twiddling, next to each brother. Two fingers dumped abroad, searching one another. Knuckled is the fist, laying beat on the ground, fighting to remain a fist to the bone somehow. Built, guilt becomes criminal, for things are not well, attacking the enemy, till we end. At rest is thee, there is no nap. Head on top of an outstretched arm, stomach gases erect, rushing blood pooled next to you, alongside of you, running away from the fuel the maggots were birthed into. The smell calls for dragons, a fire that breathes ashes, a color stained from the sun, despairing the madness, sick and black, consciously one. Sometime during the days, a small darkness formed throughout Ithagail's spirit, and as she spoke to her sisters, it became more and more visible. Only swords do this, claiming food and shelter, where the navel births children, and the womb cries woman. The intent is monstrous, caring for the purpose, pain intended, pain causing sickness, the skin blotched with black spots, a coiling of dead and dead, a reliving, odorous marked painfully on death. The eyes of this kind, at one time alive, now a race of caucus drippings, and shawls that cover the bones, tongues hanging out of some, others with eyes wide open, open mouths, open wounds, open skirts, raping the truth. Mouths alongside of mouths, the festering non-stop, the festering entitled lordship over the festering crop. Tickles of witness, itching the ear, sight, cold, looking hard to rekindle the peace of knowing war. Sick. Not there, is it? Is it so clear that the eyeball rolls out from the skull in search of air? A woman would ask the relationship of this. Are there friends and mothers, sisters and aunts partaking in the war of brothers? It is time. A black conscience has become clear, and oh, so sick, and so sick. I am in fear. I do not cry for you. You deserve this. You.